Now, with the Bible being around, we're supposed to be taught these things. But the Israelites will bring the true understanding of who we truly are. Right? Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So what that just say again for me, bro? That God would do what? Into what with ships? Read it again.
Into Egypt again with ships.
Into Egypt again with ships. In other words, he would do what? He would send us into slavery, but this time by ships. Right. You understand? What nation of people is known worldwide for going into slavery by the way of slave ships? Black people. You understand? Now, who is God talking to again? Who is God talking to? The Israelites. Yes. So if this is our history, nobody else in the world fit this history. It only happened to one race of people in the whole world. Right. So, because you know that's that saying, where everybody was enslaved, everybody served some type of slavery, but God is particular. He's very particular about the race of people he's talking to and who will go into slavery, the way he said it would happen. Y'all understand? So he's talking to the children of Israel. So who does that make the children of Israel today? So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Yes, right.
You understand? So now, the question is, why do we call ourselves African American or black or American? Why do we do that? Not sure? So, you seem like a wise man. What was your name again, bro? Tommy. Tommy and what again? Kevin. So now, I got a question for y'all, right? We're going to play devil's advocate in a sense. Let's say you had all the power you had, right? What's happening, sis? Come on up, deal with me, bro. Real quick. Come on up. What's your name, sis? How you doing? What's your name?
Renee.
Renee?
Yeah.
All praises. So right now we're talking about our history real quick, all right? Come on over here so you can see the signs and stuff. Don't worry about it, sis. We your brothers. I know, that's what I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? So now, one of the questions I'm getting ready to ask the brothers, right? If you had world power to do any and everything you want, right? And you, let's say, hypothetically, you go into a land, right? You go into a land where people are already living, right? And you have to take that land that those people are living in. What is the first thing that you do? What do you do first? What is it that you do first? You enslave them? You enslave the men? You said enslave the men, right? You have to enslave the men, right? Men represent power and defense. Okay, good. What about you? The first males, the youngers. Okay, so that's okay. That's one of the things. What about you, sis? You would take the women. Okay, so the point is that you would put the people in subjection, right? Now again. Now, I just told you, I'm pretty much we're talking about what the so-called white man did. Pretty much we're talking about that. So the number one thing he did first, he came with torture and with this white supremacy. Because guess what? You in your land, you have your own God and how you worship, right? So now, in order for me to break you from who your God is, I'm going to take you away from your God and I'm going to give you another God. And guess what? Your name is also a problem because your name and your identity connects you with your God.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
So give me that in Deuteronomy chapter 28. Will be called Bibles and Proverbs. Let's read that.
Verse 37. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
So the Bible just said right here, one of the curses that will come upon the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that our true nationality would be taken away from us. Psalms 83, right? Our true nationality would be taken away from us. No longer will you call yourself Israel, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, Issachar. You'll call yourselves black or Hispanic or Native American, you understand, or West Indian, Jamaican, Haitian, Dominican. You'll call yourself all these different names that God did not give us. You understand? And under these, and those names came from the people who conquered us, who enslaved us. So therefore, when our name is taken away from us, we lose identity of our God and who we truly come from and our proper way of life. Y'all follow?
Come on.
Way of life. So now let's read this real quick. Stick with me, sis.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, in verse 2.
Bring it out.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they hate thee that lift up the head.
So now, God has enemies. Think about this. God has a chosen people. Give me Deuteronomy 7:6 real quick. The other nations are very envious of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans because we're the best people in the world. You understand? Through all the years of oppression that has happened to us, they trying to exterminate us through genocide, right? Systemic racism and all these other various ways. That abortion clinics all over the place. They trying to destroy us as a race, exterminate us, but yet we still living because we have a God on our side. You understand? So-called white man going to lose all his money, he commits suicide. We lose a job or whatever. Yeah, bro, lost my job. Give me a fifth or whatever. Hey, I gotta find another job tomorrow. Right? Y'all seen Friday. Craig, what you gonna do? You ain't got no job. But we still thrive. We still living as a people. So God has enemies. Why? Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. Read.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto the Lord, unto himself.
A what?
To be a special people unto himself.
He's chosen the 12 tribes of Israel to be a special people unto himself above all other races. Above
That's
the
right.
white man,
Right.
above the Chinese,
Right.
above the Arab.
Come on.
Right? But God loved everybody. He created everybody. So what do you mean? So now all of a sudden, because God created everybody, he can't have a special people to himself?
Right.
No. He said, no, y'all my people. All right? And so because the other people know that, this is what they did. Finish that up and go back to song.
To be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
That was written to the children of Israel. All right, that's who we are, the children of Israel. Go back to Psalms 83. Now this is God has enemies because he said, look, y'all ain't you ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm gonna go make my own God. Caesar Borgia's Christianity, you understand? Islam, the cobblestone, Buddhism and things like that. I'm gonna follow my own God. I'm gonna find my own God because I don't have one. And you know what? Guess what else I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take your people, enslave them, and destroy them. Read on.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they hate thee that lift up the head. They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken what?
Crafty counsel.
The nations have taken crafty counsel. Now, who wasn't part of our slave trade? Who was a part of the slave trade? Who partook in the slave trade as far as enslaving us? Who did that? Say it again. Arabs, Spaniards, Portuguese, Arabs, Europeans, and guess who else? The Chinese, so-called Jewish men in our land today, they all partook into our slavery and our enslavement together.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord